Hello everyone, welcome to the Whistling Hermit's One Card Spread series. This video series is primarily intended for learning how to read the tarot. However, you can also use this as a card reading for the day. This is a timeless reading, so if you are watching this now, its message might be for you. For this video series, we will be using the giant Rider Waite Tarot deck by the US Games Systems Incorporated. We will also be using the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite by AGM Urania. The first part of the video will be a descriptive study of a specific card in the tarot. We will describe what we see and the insights and feelings we gather from what we see. The first part is characterized by spontaneity. We allow the cards to speak to us regardless of the generally accepted meaning of the card. By doing this, we hope to increase our intuitive capacity for reading the tarot cards. In the second part, we will be reading the description of the card taken from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite by AGM Urania. If you intend to use this as a timeless reading, you can randomly choose any card in the series that resonates with you. An alternative approach is to shuffle a Rider Waite card deck and pick a card randomly. You can then choose the card in the video series that corresponds to the card that you picked. Note that this series is a work in progress and it might take some time for the 78 cards to be completely read. So, without any further delay, let us proceed to the card for the day. Welcome to our part 1 of the one card spread series, and our card for today is the Three of Pentacles. So we see here the Three Pentacles. And when you look at it, the Three of Pentacles can be considered as a continuation also of the Two of Pentacles. What we see here in this picture, and this is related to also the Empress, which belongs to the Major Arcana, which is also number 3. And this one, the Empress, as we all know, is a symbolism of abundance. And somehow this, when we look at it, this is it seems like the picture of an artist, a craftsman who is maybe the one who is in charge of making the beautiful details of what seems to be a big cathedral or a church or maybe a basilica. It's like a big structure. Why did we say it looks like a church? And yeah, maybe this one is a tool that he has, and as he is working, it seems that the owner, which is I think a monk or an abbot, maybe a superior of a congregation, an abbot or a superior of a congregation, is looking at the results of his work, appreciating whatever is already been done, and maybe he is trying to get the opinion, apparently that the abbot is the employer, the one who has asked him or taken him into to be able to do this work for the church. And somehow he is consulting with this monk or abbot or superior of a religious congregation, and at the same time he is also listening not only to this person but to another person who is holding a sort of like a blueprint of the church or the basilica or the cathedral. So this is for some, they would describe it, no, that it is important that if you are going to be productive, no, also in your chosen art or your chosen profession in life, no, if you would like to be as productive as the Empress, no, there is a need for you to constantly consult to your spiritual part and at the same time remain grounded to reality, which is the spiritual part of you can be represented by this abbot or this superior of the religious, which is the owner of the church. So somehow it's important for you also to get in touch also with something, with the divine, to get in touch that the religious part, there should always be a religious part or a part of you that is constantly also in touch with your inner journey, and at the same time you are grounded with the reality, no? So when you look at it, even the clothes of this person who is holding the blueprint is very colorful, which reminds me of the clothing of the fool and also the magician and also of the empress, no? So somehow these are two very important components so that you will remain productive in your craft. The inward looking, constantly consulting your inner person, and also the divine or the presence of the divine in your life, the inward looking, and at the same time remaining grounded to reality. And so this is an important balance. You should have both in your life so that you can continue to be productive in your chosen art. Now the beautiful thing about this one is that he is focused on one thing. It seems that he has already focused on his craft, no? It can be also the same with the Two of Pentacles, no? When you look at it, it could be a progress, no? But before he was juggling many things, and his life is a little bit, he is not aware that somehow juggling things has somehow indirectly a part of his life is a little bit also being juggled up, no? He finally has trimmed down the things that are not important in his life, and now he is able to work with focus. That is one good possibility. Or, because when you look at it, there are two possibilities in the Two of Pentacles. He might have also embraced this juggling as his art or as his passion, as his way of life. So he can look at it in a positive way. For him, juggling is his profession, no? I remember when we were traveling, no, on the way to the airport, we met a juggler in the street, and he was happily juggling. I think it was bottles, no? He was happily juggling bottles, and he seems to be doing it for quite some time already, and he was happy doing it. So sometimes some people also consider and embrace focused on this kind of profession where you have to juggle things. So when you look at it, it can be also that he has not changed. It's just that he remained focused, just as this one remains focused on his profession, and for him it is the profession that he has embraced, and he continues to remain focused. But at the same time, as he remains focused, there is an additional invitation for him to constantly have this balance of looking inwards and remaining grounded, and at the same time concentrating also inwards, which he was already doing here in the Two. So it's a continuation of this one, no? For those who might have looked at this juggling as not the art, as having many things, being preoccupied, it seems that here he has already trimmed down and has already have more focused. And when you look at it, in contrast to this one, no, here there are wavy ocean. There's a wavy ocean behind him, and so it seems that he's unaware, but there's a part of his life is a little bit troubled, a little bit wavy, and he is able to survive through it, able to manage through it, but yes, there's some sort of danger in it. This time, this setting is more stable. No waves, no anything. It's more of stones and structures that are quite strong and sturdy, and are able to, so there's some sort of stability here. So somehow, if this was a person who had a lot, was juggling a lot of things, now that he has trimmed everything down, it seems that everything is now more stable and he has more focus in everything. But it can be also that this juggling is the profession that the person has chosen. If he has looked at it in a positive sense, then there is no problem. He will still reach this point wherein he will be focused, and everything will be more stable, because it can be a beginning that he has chosen this kind of profession where you will have to juggle a lot of things, and because he was just beginning, but however, he seems to already have been through it all for quite some time already, because he has already well developed legs, no? So he has been doing this for quite some time also, but it seems that as he constantly embraced this one, he has already he's already beginning to mature already, and everything is becoming more stable, that somehow he is now able to continue with this kind of profession of juggling things, and that now that he is more stable, there are no more wavy oceans in his life, and everything is more stable now. So he has already journeyed further from being a novice to being an expert. So somehow it's like that also. Might he be here that he's already, so is in the beginning part of his profession, he's already quite good in it, but here he's now more stable. He continued on embracing it, and he has exerted an effort, and the effort that he has exerted to master this craft has led him to be more stable, more mature in this time. So it can be also like that. So that's it for now. So now here, when you look at it now, this is now more stable, more focused, and at the same time, he has a balance of looking inwards and being grounded. That is a constant reflection, inward reflection. It seems that if this is the dreamer or the fool, he seems to have learned a lot and is applying what he has learned from the high priestess, that he is able to balance between the inward and the outward journey. Well, so if this is your card for the day, I hope that in your present time right now, there might be an invitation for you to continue on concentrating on your art with passion, but at the same time to constantly look inwards and remain grounded. So I hope that somehow these reflections, if something here resonates with you, then maybe that is the message for you for today. And for those who are listening to this video or watching this video, in order to learn more about the tarot, I hope that this session has been a good exercise also for your intuition. Well, let us now go to part 2 of the one card spread series, which speaks of the Three of Pentacles. Welcome to part 2 of our one card spread series, and our card for today is the Three of Pentacles. We are now going to read from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. We have divinatory meanings, warning, advice, action. Let us now read the summary. Okay. The threes show scenes of early success, in which the goal of the suit appears well on its way. In wands, a strong figure sends out ships. In cups, people celebrate as if the new world already exists. And in swords, we seem to accept the sorrow of all that has been lost. In each case, the early success falls apart with the real work to come. So it is here. The goal of people working together to create a new and spiritually meaningful world appears well underway. But problems will soon follow. A sculptor stands on a bench, his mallet, an actual medieval tool, ready to strike. Before acting, however, he turns toward a monk and a man who holds the plans of the church. The spiritual and the practical support the work of creating something new and beautiful. Despite the medieval and Christian setting, we can view this as an ideal for people working together to build a new world. Divinatory meanings. Work at a high level. Cooperation. Support from others. Warning. Advice. Acting alone. Conflict between people who should work together. Action. A time to cooperate with others in work at the highest level. Thank you. This concludes part 2 of the Three of Pentacles. Have a nice day and God bless.